everybody has problems, and whether big or small. For me, even my problem might be huge to me, to someone else might be like
insignificant.
Nothing. It's like, what do you mean? I'm dealing, with something so much more. So I kind of always feel that way of like, everybody has problems, and nobody wants to hear other people's problems, because at the end of the day, we all got to go home to our own problems.
And then I have a 23-year-old and I have a 17-year-old. So I am, as of May next year, technically I will be an empty nester. They're not going anywhere, pero, I will be an empty nester because they're living. Right, but because they're living their own life.
As someone who's met your little ones, they'll be fine. Just keep them away from an oven for different reasons. All right, Pero Primos. So, we're here today. Our network's channel. Not one, not two, but three ladies here today. They are the Primas Pero Not Really. That is the name of their podcast, but that's also kind of their vibe. So welcome, Aisha, Evie, and Janice. Now, I know that I said Evie, but that's because that's my sister.
Fun fact.
That's my sister. So therefore, calling her Yvette is very, very foreign to me. It's a very strange thing to have to do. But, okay, the name... Primas, Pero Not Really. But obviously, we're siblings. But we're like not related, but kind of related.
We share a cousin. We share 3 cousins, but yes.
Right. Yes. Well, yeah, 3. Yes, there are 3 of them. Yes, that's right. Yeah. So, and then
I got nothing.
You got nothing. Well, thank you for coming.
I got nothing.
She's my +1.
I'm a +1.
We just had 3 spots on the couch, honestly, and that's why she showed
just
up.
came through. We found her in the street. We were like, "Hey, come, just come."
She looks
like, "You're pretty. Let's go."
Yeah. So, well, I mean, the common denominator, at the very least, that connects me to them is my daughter. Okay. So, as you know, being her brother, my youngest dated her oldest. So we would always joke with them and say, if y'all break up, Thanksgiving's going to be awkward because we stayed friends. So that's the connection with Yvette. And then Janice is actually that same child's. She's one of her dance teachers. So that's my connection to Janice. So that's how I became a +1.
That's how you became a +1 to the +2.
Exactly. That's how I became part of the Pero Not Really.
She's the Pero.
I'm the Pero.
You're the Pero. Okay. and Janice, you're the parentheses. I don't. Like, how does this work?
I can be the parentheses.
Okay,
yeah, sure. I'll take it.
All right, so take us a little step back. Pre-podcast.
Yes.
How did this come about? Like this trinity of women. How did this happen?
So my daughter was doing a dance private, so that's a lesson.
It's a one-on-one session.
Dance lesson. And at that point, we were just talking, and somehow it came up about me going to law school and knowing lawyers, and you then shared.
She's like, if you ever need a lawyer, let me know. And then I was finishing the lesson, and then I remember it like it was yesterday. Walking down the stairs, I was like, hey, I might need a lawyer. And that's how it all pretty much started, because I started the process of separation with my husband. And so I was like, I need a lawyer. And then she went straight on WhatsApp. She's like, hey, this is the person, this, da, 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 da. And I was like, okay. And then
the more she shared her story, it resonated not so much with what I experienced in my marriage, but I knew it would resonate with what Yvette experienced. And so I was like, you know what? I have a friend that is going through something similar, also in the middle of her separation and divorce. Let me get you guys together. And so we had planned a night out. As always, baseball ruined her life and she couldn't go.
So many of the times I've had to rearrange my schedule, and I don't even have it because of the boys.
Yes, baseball. But there's always baseball. And I'm like, yes.
There's 3 of them.
Yes.
So there's always baseball.
There's always baseball. Yeah. So she couldn't make it. Excuse me. And so when Janice ended up posting pictures, she sends me a message. She's like, I know her. I was like, of course you do.
Because Yvette knows everybody.
And she was like, we share a cousin. I was like, no, that is the most random shit ever. And when she starts explaining it to Janice, Janice is like, what the hell?
She's like, I don't know you. I'm like, yes, you do.
Yeah, I mean, granted.
We FaceTimed your mom one day. And she's like, yes. She's like, she's walking. And he said,
okay, but in all fairness, how old were you the last time you saw her?
I was probably like 6 years old.
Okay, and we're in our 40s. So
yeah. Granted,
but she looks the same.
Right.
But it doesn't matter. I was like 6 years old.
But like, what's the age difference between the two of you?
7 years.
7. She's an 89 baby.
Okay.
And the reason why I know is because she's the same age as Judith. My other cousin.
Yeah. So yeah, that's essentially how we all kind of came to be, how the village kind of created itself.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, and again, all three of you, so to give a little bit background on the actual show, all three of you will be on this Primas Pero Not Really on the Cultura Talks Network starting November 24th.
Yep.
It's the Monday before Thanksgiving. That's how I'm remembering it. The common denominator here is that it's three ladies who are just talking about their life. I mean, obviously there's commonalities between you all. You're also in different stages of life. And that's across the spectrum, right?
Yeah.
Even
correct.
from just, in terms of singledom to motherhood to,
Almost an empty nester over here.
almost an empty nester.
I'm
to-
pretty much the start of everything. I have
Yeah.
2 little ones, and I'm starting the divorce process. She has
Older ones.
middle. She's in the middle rack
Yeah.
with.
And I'm
Because I have a 13, 15, and 17. So I'm like, my oldest is
Right,
getting
there's
ready
no
to leave.
littles, but
my oldest is still getting ready to leave to college. But my little one is still in middle
you still
school.
got 2 left. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I have a 23-year-old and I have a 17-year-old. So I am, as of May of next year, technically I will be an empty nester. They're not going anywhere. Pero, I will be an empty
but on
nester because they're
paper.
living, right. But because they're living their own life. So, and I'm 10 years post-divorce. So I always laugh like, I'm the OG, like where she's freaking out about something. I'm like, ay, mija, so no.
It'll be fine.
I'm like, put a Band-Aid on it, you're fine.
Right.
And not just freaking out with like the divorce, but like the divorce, we got the kids because again, I have a 2 and 4-year-old. So I'm like, guys, what do I do? What just happened? I don't know what to do.
Are they gonna be okay? They'll be fine.
They'll be fine. They'll be fine.
Yes.
Again, as someone who's met your little ones, they'll be fine. Just keep them away from an oven for different reasons. But keep them
It's a
each
playground.
away
It's a
from it.
playground for
I
them.
sign up for it.
Because one was story. They were at Beat Culture, and thank you for supporting Beat Culture and
Of course.
and Bampoyo. And I guess they were being a little rowdy and
When are they not? I
sent you a text.
And so my sister sends me a text, and she's just like, "Hey, like, trying to calm them down. Can you just come on and be like, you know what? If you don't calm down, I'm gonna put you in the oven or whatever."
Did that
and
work?
so then one worked
My
too
daughter,
well.
my daughter ran.
Yeah, your daughter was just like, no. Like,
Little man was like, let's go.
He's like-
Let's see this oven. Let's
He's
see
like,
this oven.
I'm
You
down.
speak
Let's go
of.
see what it's all about.
Yeah,
Like,
did you say
He's like,
pizza? Can I eat the
yeah.
pizza in there?
Yeah, so the parenting advice mileage may vary. Is what
Yeah.
is
Yes.
it may fluctuate. But I think that's so important though that a lot of times what winds up happening is people don't find their tribe, their community, their group, right? Many times I think people, even with the internet, which I think is so fascinating, that we're also connected and there's so much opportunity to meet other people and connect, you still feel like,
Disconnected.
no, but I'm nobody's going through what I'm going through.
But there is a
Nobody's-
stigma, at least for what I think in our own stories, there is a stigma of how did this happen
it's-
to me? What did I do wrong?
Right,
and
right.
oh my goodness, I don't want to share this with anybody because I'm embarrassed about
Right.
it. So I don't even want to know that you got through it because I don't even want anybody to know that I'm going through
Because
it.
I don't even want to talk about mine. Like, I don't want
Right,
to talk about
yeah.
myself.
And
Yeah.
that's,
Yeah.
and that's kind of, I think, what ends up happening. You're so, in your space about, I don't want anybody to know what I'm going through. It sucks. And yeah, it sucks, but you're so worried about everybody else knowing because it's how
shame.
did I
That happens
get
to other
here?
people.
Yeah.
That
How did
happens
I
to other
get
people,
here?
not to
Exactly. It's
me.
like, how did
Yeah.
I get to this point? How did I allow this
Right.
to
Yeah.
happen to me? And so that's...
And nobody goes into life, thinking
Yeah.
that
It's
they're
like,
gonna
oh,
have-
hey, my name is Janice. Oh, this is my problem. These are my problems.
right.
Yeah.
Like, no one does
and I get
that.
it, everybody has problems, which is
Right.
like everybody has problems, and whether big or small. For me, even my problem might be huge to me. To someone else, might be like
Insignificant. It's
nothing.
Right.
It's like, what do you mean? I'm dealing,
Yeah.
with something
Yeah.
so much more. So I kind of always feel that way of like, everybody has problems and nobody wants to hear other people's problems because at the end of the day, we all got to go home to our own problems.
Yeah.
I can't solve yours. You can't solve mine. So why am I even going to just
Right.
keep it
Yeah.
moving and figure
And
it out?
yet, there is something to be said for what y'all are doing with your show, which is communal commiseration.
We call it trauma bonding.
While
Yeah,
it really is trauma bonding.
but while also celebrating.
Yes.
Because I don't think it's fair. I don't want anybody to get the impression like, God, seeing these through and just bitching and
No.
moaning for
Oh, no.
an hour,
Very
no,
much
no,
every
no.
other week, like, oh,
No, and that's what we
no,
want to stay away
it's not
from.
about that.
And
We're not bashing anyone.
We're not bashing,
Ever.
and that's the thing. Like, we
But
want to
you're
make
sharing, you're
sure.
being authentic.
Yeah, and
Yes.
at the end of the day, it's like everyone goes through it, male or female. Like, we're all going through it, And I think that that's what's important. We want to make sure that we communicate that.
Yeah.
Like,
And
it's okay.
You know, parts of our story are not pretty. You know, there's things like what she was talking about in that, you know, it's embarrassing or there's shame or anything like
We're
that.
purposely not saying it now, guys, so you listen to the damn show. We don't
We're
want to
being so vague.
We're not giving it
vague.
all away.
Followers,
Exactly. I'm trying to be so vague.
This is a teaser situation, 1,000%. Yeah.
But you know, what's most important is that when you go through situations that we went through, by speaking about it, especially on such a public forum, you are reclaiming your power back.
Yeah.
And you're saying, this is part of my story, but it is not me. It does not identify me.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that was also very important as well.
What I love about it as well is like a lot of people tend to heal alone in their rooms in a dark space, but we're healing out loud to let people know that, hey, you're not alone. And our situations are all so different. And I think that that's also so beautiful that it's like, one person can relate to her, but that same person can relate to her.
And we're
that
all
same
very
person-
different humans.
I was gonna say, I was gonna say,
completely
like,
different.
I was almost gonna go like one by one, but then have the other two be like, okay, nutshell.
Corporate
describe-
Aisha.
Corporate Aisha.
Corporate Aisha.
Corporate Aisha.
Teacher Yvette.
Okay.
Baseball mom Yvette.
Baseball.
I don't know. What am I?
You're a
Very
dancer, but not a
still-
stripper.
You know what?
Oh, that's right. She's a dancer. She's a professional dancer, but, not a stripper.
Well,
Very
I always
important.
feel- yeah, but
of
I
course,
always feel like
important.
she is
Yes.
not Nomi Malone.
Well,
No.
but even whenever I tell people like I'm like, oh no, and they're like, and I try to explain to them like, oh no, and one of the girls is a dancer, and they always give me a fan like,
but
she's not a stripper. I'm like, she's not a stripper. She was like an actual dancer,
Like, you know,
like, she
on award
danced, like-
shows and like Cirque du
I'm like,
Soleil.
no,
Like, she's
like
a professional.
choreography dance. Like they're like, oh, and then they're like their facial expression.
Yeah, then it
Dancer,
changes.
choreography, not pole. Got it.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly,
yes, yes,
exactly,
yes, yes.
Yes.
exactly.
I have danced on a pole, but I had clothes on. So
Yes.
I'll take it.
All right. Who
Disclaimer.
amongst us?
Who hasn't?
Who hasn't?
Who hasn't?
Who hasn't?
Oh, Yvette.
Yvette.
Yeah, so I think
Sometimes I wonder if
that's
we're siblings.
yeah. So I think that's the beautiful thing is that we're all so different, and I think that everyone will be able to relate to at least one of us. And I think, you know, as we're going through our healing
We're
process,
funny.
yeah, we kind of have to like.
I haven't laughed once.
It's dark
while
humor.
We're all sitting here
No,
at all.
It's
Never.
just dark
not. You guys
humor.
are-
It is dark
We
humor.
use dark humor to
But
cope.
but it's not only dark humor. The things that happen to us,
That's true.
Oh well, yeah. There's that.
I
It's
don't.
fun stuff.
I mean,
You mean to you?
Mainly to her.
Okay. I
My
was like,
pobre.
nothing has happened to me.
I have to say, so as the person who's known her the longest, I will have to agree here that like I've never seen anybody have more things happen to them who does not actively seek them out in an extrovert
Listen,
kind of way.
my
right?
abuela
It's one
would
thing-
say-
it's one thing to
Oh,
be,
I love
it's
my
one thing
abuela
to be
Nizam.
that person who's just always the
Abuela
life of the
would
party and then things
say,
happen to you, right?
Cuando no andas presa, te anda buscando, and that's my life.
Listen, abuela is living on with Primas Pero Not Really. I will
Yes.
say that. She's a legend. Abuela is a legend.
Yes.
We spoke the other day about Dad's mom and why there wasn't Los Reyes Magos in the United States.
I know this story, but I forgot the story.
Oh, it's the best story.
Because Santiago asked, and she says that there wasn't Reyes Magos because Castro didn't let him out of
Because
Cuba.
of communism, yes.
But can I
In
just
Cuba, all
add?
roads lead to. By the way, if you're Cuban, all roads lead to communism in terms of conversation at
And
some
that's
point.
why
It
we
doesn't
don't
matter.
celebrate Three Kings Day.
Pero
Right.
I
And then
just
you had
want
to
to.
explain to Janice what Three Kings was.
Yes, because
'cause
Janice does not.
How
know.
did you not? Wait.
No, but can we go-
as a dancer growing up in Miami, how did you not even like dance in a Three Kings parade?
Oh,
That's-
didn't you
that's
go?
actually-
Didn't you go to Calle, but it wasn't Little Havana, right? Yeah, that was another thing we discussed.
The holidays are here, and with them come all our traditions. From cajachina to turkey to coquito and 12 grapes at midnight. And for over 50 years, Café La Llave has been there for each and every one of them. We take pride in keeping our traditions alive, unapologetically passing them on to the next generation, like making sure you've got the espumita just right. It takes a certain level of bold to unapologetically keep your culture alive, pero that's exactly what Café La Llave is doing. So when you're boldly celebrating the holidays your way, Café La Llave is always invited to the party.
She's like, I've never been to Little Havana, but I've been to Calle. It's like,
Every
I mean,
week.
I'm sure there's a Calle Ocho in Broward, but I don't think it's called Calle Ocho.
Listen,
like
weekly,
you know.
this woman loses her Cuban card, and
she's
just as
never-
she's appealing the process to get it back.
she's never seen Que Pasa USA.
You've never seen it.
No idea. She has no idea what it is, ladies and gentlemen.
Los
Stage
batidos de
right.
mamey.
But I love partido de mami.
Okay, and you were telling me before you guys got here that you do have café la llave. This
I
is not a sponsor word.
I have it
this
every morning.
This is like legit.
Every morning.
Like every morning you have café la llave. So
Yeah,
okay, you know
So
what?
we are
All
trying
right.
to like, and just for transparency, I'm a half breed. I'm a half breed
Right,
Cuban.
Cher.
I'm a half breed. You know, my mother's family is from Spain, but I know a lot more Cuban stuff than Janice, who's full bred.
Whatever.
But we are slowly educating her.
We
We're
try.
slowly.
I'm
You're
getting
walking
there.
the children through nature.
Yes.
Yes.
We try.
I get it,
Between
I
the
get it.
generational gap and the lack of Cuban knowledge, it's a struggle.
It's a
And
struggle.
yet the funny thing is that the
struggle.
gap, I mean, again, between the two of you is 7 years.
No,
It's not that.
No, but it's a world.
No, right. But it's funny. But it's funny because chronologically, 7 years is not a long time.
Right.
Right?
It's not.
Right.
But it's funny because then there are those moments where just you have those gaps, and I think those gaps are getting wider the more technology.
She's never watched
becomes-
Golden Girls.
But like on purpose, or like
Because I was busy dancing.
And she doesn't own a TV, apparently.
did you not? Like, what did you
No,
watch
I
to
did not
unwind at the end of the night?
No, I did not watch TV. I would literally
What about now as an adult? Like, it's on Hallmark.
She did
Yeah,
get to
I
watch
watched-
like one or two
that's,
episodes.
that's what I mean. Like, what do you do to unwind as you're going
She
to bed?
doesn't own a TV, apparently.
I
No.
do.
Yeah.
I own 2, and I just don't watch Golden Girls. I watch Scandal. I watch.
That's
the
not
other-
unwinding.
I mean,
know.
I
That's why
watch
she's
true
always-
crime.
Yeah, because actually,
Anxiety.
Actually, there's been studies that have shown that if you watch like dramas and things like that before going to bed, you will go to bed later because it does keep you heightened.
You see?
Whereas if you watch a sitcom,
Golden Girls.
especially an older sitcom that's more like the beats are there and they're familiar, it does
Yeah.
kind of lull you to sleep.
I just don't. But I did tell them the other day that I will sit down and binge watch it for them
We have to.
because I feel like they're
As
going
a-
to kick
as
me
a
out
I
of
Christmas
think you
gift.
watch it just so that you're a more complete human being.
yes.
Well, I think I will be kicked out of Primas if I don't.
probably.
There's a good chance.
I didn't want to say anything, but I feel like they've auditioned other people. This is like when they put out the notice for the 2 new girls for Destiny's Child and nobody knew it publicly. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm telling
I'm
you.
going to get replaced. Are you replacing me? Is that what's happening?
I'm not, because then they would have to change the title of the show. So therefore,
Yeah.
it's not me.
You know,
Yeah.
I will eventually get my Cuban card back.
You will.
That's the only.
We're
you know.
slowly educating.
We're not convinced.
Okay, but you know what? But that's part of the education process. You know,
Yes.
and I'm sure. I'm gonna flip it on these two.
Please
on
do,
these
because
two
I feel like
rods, okay?
I'm.
I feel like
attacked.
I know for a fact with my sister, you're educating her with technology.
Oh, she's the genius
Oh,
bar.
oh, yes.
She is our personal
So-
genius bar.
So they make fun of you until they have to convert something to a PDF.
Oh
Right?
yes.
Right? Like,
Oh
yeah.
yes. Oh yes.
Yeah.
I had to teach her how to add someone on a FaceTime call.
Well, what was it? Just now walking in, I was something with Instagram, something with the account, and I was like, take my phone. Just do it.
I literally grabbed both
She was
of
like,
their phones and
I
I
can
was
just,
like,
here's the password. I'm like, no, with my luck, I will erase the entire account. I'm like, just take my phone. It's like, I am slowly turning into
Listen,
my
I don't
mother.
do technology and I don't do acronyms.
In that order? Or
Acronyms,
doesn't matter.
no, acronyms first.
Acronyms first, okay,
yeah,
okay,
because
cool.
acronyms, I feel like for whatever the reason, are taking over my day. At this, like, she sends me things. I'm like, I just speak.
You know,
words.
like those memes on Instagram where it comes out with like, it's just a bunch of letters, but if you like really think about it, you're like,
no,
if you know, you know, like where.
if
where
no,
it's
but even
I,
longer,
Y.
like
No, the long
I
ones,
don't
like, I
know
don't
why,
give
about,
it,
and
da,
it's
da,
like
da, yeah.
you can figure it out. And she's
screenshot
like, I got nothing.
I screenshot and I'm like, what is it? What are they telling me?
I'm like, hold on, let me think about it. 5, 4, 3,
I mean, I'm
got
pretty
it.
good, but I have a threshold. If it's more than like 5 letters,
no.
I'm struggling.
You're pushing
at
it.
this
You're
point.
Yeah.
Like I told you, GM, General Motors, RN. Why are we talking about registered nurses? I don't.
By the way, that's
understand
good morning
why-
and right now. That's
I
what she's
don't
referring
understand
to.
why we can't just spell the words out. I'm
There's
good
no
with
time. There's no time for spelling.
Yeah, we don't have time.
There's no
Send the
time.
voice note.
I got little
There's no
ones. I gotta
time.
just like GM bye.
Well,
That's another
There's
thing.
no
if
time
we-
for spelling. There's no
No.
time for
No.
Stanford.
There's
I'm gonna let
no-
everybody down.
No,
and
we don't have
if we send too many voice notes, and it's like, guys, my auditory processing, I can't. I can't.
I have a personal vendetta hatred of voice notes.
Really?
No,
I
really?
love that.
I love
I don't have
We
a
do.
hatred.
We do the
There's
most.
just- sometimes they get a little overwhelming, and I do have guys. I didn't during COVID is when I recognized that I do have auditory processing. And for those of you who don't know what that
Well,
is,
then we're siblings. Maybe I have it too.
it is when you basically have a delay from when somebody's talking to when your brain processes what's being said. Or if there's like an overload, if there's like music and words, I'll go into the house and I'm like, there's too much going on. Like, turn off the TV. Like, please,
Right.
just I need to focus on whoever's speaking to me, and I need to see them.
Okay, no, I'm not that bad.
So when they start sending voice notes and I haven't checked the chat and I'm at lunch and I start and there's like 50 voice notes, I literally come like, no.
We'll catch you up.
My biggest problem with voice notes is the fact that, especially, do not send me a voice note if it's got pertinent information that you expect me to follow up on, because it will not happen. Because I'm visual in the sense of I need you to write it out so that I can leave something unread, or I can copy paste it. I can see it. If it's in a voice note and it's in a group chat, especially,
I'll forget it.
By the time that I get around to maybe remembering the thing that you told me about, that's all the way up here.
If it's still there, if you didn't hit keep.
If it's still there.
If it's still there, and then I'm going to listen to it, I'm going to have to pause it, and I'm going to rewind it, and then inevitably there's a phone number in there, so I'm going to have to like pause it and write it down, but I'm only going to catch the first 3 numbers, and then I'm going to go.
I'm going to teach you something that they taught me. If you press keep.
Delete it and ignore?
No. You press keep, and then you can see like the
transcript.
The transcript of it.
Yeah, no. Send me
I
it.
learned.
And also, if the voice...
Send me it. Like,
You guys are such siblings.
I'm drawing. That's my line in the sand.
No,
I'm like,
for me, if your voice note is more than 5 minutes, just call me.
Yeah.
Because at this point, it's a podcast.
Right.
At this point, you have sent me a mini podcast. So no, just call me and we'll talk.
It's a quibby.
You know?
So all right. So we've been talking about a little bit of everything.
Yes.
And obviously your show's coming up on November 24th. It'll be debuting on all the audio platforms as well as on YouTube.
Yes.
But I want to give our Pero Primos a little bit of a preview of what you kids are about. And so the way I'm going to do that, because I've already got a bit of the vibe, but you recently and I have to go back here because it's on your stories, which of course I was following. On your stories this week when we're recording this, you guys did a little bit of a, ask us anything. That's called an AMA.
What does that mean?
Ask me anything.
Okay, so why don't you just say ask me anything?
Because that's just not what the kids are doing, all right? And I don't question the
I'm
children.
43
Wait, I
years
have a
old.
question.
I need to see words.
I'm 46, and
I understand
Yeah.
that. So
48. So you know
Yeah.
we got
Okay,
to.
You guys know what 6, 7?
Nobody knows what
Okay.
6,
So
I know
7
what it
is.
means.
Wait, what is
I don't-
okay?
okay, it
I've
came
heard
from a song.
of it, but I don't.
It
I'm
came
not
from a
around
song.
kids.
It came from a song.
No.
I'm around kids and I
It
don't
came
know.
from a basketball player that was doing an interview, and they
From
said, "How
a
tall are you?" And he
song.
said, "I'm
6'7".
6'7". And then
It's
a
a
rapper
rap-
heard it, and
it's a
You know what?
rap
At this
song.
point, if
Yeah.
anybody knows, just put it in the comments.
All right, I really don't care. Well, really, honestly,
I want to know.
I would like to know, but at the end of the
No,
day,
it's-
this is one of those things that's out in the world right now that I'm like, you know what? There's just too many things in the world. Like, no, we're like, who decided this was a meme? Who decided this was what
Thank
we're going
you.
to focus on and exploit? So,
It gives me hope.
what, for what, the ability to count?
No, this is gonna catch
Oh,
on because
okay.
if 6'7" can catch on, shit, I think we can.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're right. 6'7" catch on, then this, which is actually entertaining and contribute something to humanity.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
As well.
Thank you.
All right, so I'm gonna ask a couple of the Ask Me Anything questions that you guys were asked on the IG. I'm gonna say IG because it's Instagram. On the IG. Also, you're my sister. I like pissing you off sometimes.
Really quick before you do that, in a chat, I mentioned IG, which I know she knows, but then I put TT, and what did you ask? TT question mark? We're like, TikTok.
In all fairness, the only reason I would know TikTok is if it's in the context of IG. Because then,
TNT, I was like, explosions, it's tacos and tattoos.
see, no, but see now, TNT. See, that could have been tacos and tattoos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah.
So
No, TNT is tacos and
defending you.
tattoos. And I thought it was like
defending you.
explosion.
Stop while you're
I thought it was
ahead.
like Wile E. Coyote.
why
like,
you continue?
Why are you like, digging your? I'm defending you. I'm giving you a razón, and you're like, no, but really, I'm like, no,
but really, hold
but
on.
right, I'm like, but I'm on your side. I don't understand what the argument is here. Like,
It's hard. It's hard being me.
it's hard being your brother. All right. So back to the thing I was actually going
First
to do,
question,
damn it.
I'm so
All right,
sorry.
all right. So, first question. All right. Thoughts on breakup and makeup sex?
don't get pregnant.
Don't get pregnant.
I think
As long as there's an
I mean, that's a life
understanding.
motto. I'm going to...
Yeah.
Rule of thumb.
Yeah.
Rule of thumb.
I think if you're both are adult enough to handle
That
no
situation,
feelings and being able to know that it is what it is and there's nobody's gonna catch feelings, I think it's okay.
Yeah, and if it's
Because
like
you are consenting adults.
if it's it all depends on the context of the question, right? So is it makeup sex because you guys are making up and moving forward, or is it makeup sex because
And then we're
it's-
piecing out.
There's
and then we're
nobody else.
piecing out?
There's nobody
Like,
else.
There's a
Right.
consolation prize. Like,
You trust the person,
end
you
of the
know, you
day,
take
end
it.
of the day, as long as both of you understand what this is about,
yeah.
Godspeed.
The ground rules are
Yeah,
important.
Godspeed.
Absolutely.
I mean, but that goes with all sex.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
It's all about clarity. It's all about clarity.
And then, like she said, don't get pregnant because if you are piecing out, well, then you're stuck together
Yeah.
because you surprise.
Surprise.
This is true. Should I be offended if and they wrote finance, wants me to sign a prenup? I'm assuming they mean fiance.
No.
I just love that. I just love teasing people when they should I be offended if my fiance wants me to sign a prenup?
No,
I don't think
collectively, no.
Nope.
I don't
It's
think
a
so.
resounding no.
No.
Because you got to protect yourself.
Yep, it's all about protecting yourself.
All right, much like in the first one, where the condom protects.
Exactly.
yourself.
Yeah,
Very
it's
cool.
all about
It's a
protection.
theme.
It's a theme.
Yeah.
Actually, that was the working title. Before they decided on Primas Pero Not Really, it was just going to be protect yourself.
And
Yeah.
really, and to educate, and I think we put it in our response, is that it is a contract, and contracts can be negotiated. It's not one sided, so
This is true.
it's not.
And if you don't want that contract to come into play, hey, make it work.
yeah,
There
there you go.
Yeah.
Both on both sides.
It's an easy solution.
Yeah,
It really is.
If you don't want it, if you want to have to push the nuclear button, then don't go to war.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna ask you to keep this down to 2. Okay. Things to know before motherhood, and I say keep it down to 2 collectively because there's a billion things to know before motherhood.
Look, my biggest one is you're never going to sleep the same ever. Doesn't matter if they're 2 years old or if they're 23 years old.
You never sleep.
You're never going to sleep the same. Never going to sleep
Wait,
soundly.
what's sleep?
Exactly. Exactly.
Because that's
I haven't slept since
I've got a 2 and 4 year old. I don't know what that's. I don't
The
know
other
what
working
sleep
title
is.
was Sleep No More.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I think the other one is, and it's difficult to kind of choose ahead, but just make sure before you guys decide to have children, as long as it's not a surprise thing, that's the person you agree with the most in the sense of like how you want to raise kids and things of that nature. Because
whether you stay together or not, you are stuck with that person for the rest of.
If
Choose
there is
wisely.
one vow that is so accurate is till death do you part when there's children involved.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
even if you're no longer together,
Even if you're no
Yeah,
longer
together,
married,
you are-
it is
you
till
are linked to
death
that
you
person.
were
do
there
you
for
part.
graduations, for
Yep.
weddings,
Everything.
grandchildren.
Literally forever.
Little-
Yep.
This is true.
Yep.
All right, 2 more questions. Have you guys tried the dating apps?
Oh, Lord.
Yes.
I think that's a collective. I almost feel like I want to pull that thread, but then I don't because I'm pretty sure it's going to be a mini series on your.
It probably
on
will.
your-
Yeah,
yes.
we're pretty
On your
sure it will
show?
be.
And then there's another one here that I just saw now. And I'm going to ask maybe I won't be asked on there, but will you also talk about dads and their struggles? Maybe a male guest on the show. And I'm asking that because I think a lot of times people,
Yes.
may
Yes.
see a show
Yes.
a show like this and think like, oh, it's going to be male bashing and
No.
it's going to be
The opposite.
That is the last thing we
Yeah.
want.
That
It really
and
is.
because at the end of the day, like our show is not about just mothers because parenting is both for men and women, whether you're married, partnered, or single. And so, yes, we definitely have the intent of bringing on
The male
men
perspective.
to have that male perspective and see what challenges they have gone through. And I will say, tying it to that dating app, sometimes I would actually go on the dating app and I would tell my guys I'm doing market research. And the men that I would talk to,
Oh, yeah.
one of the questions I would ask them is, what has been like the weirdest thing that has happened to you on the apps? What was your worst date? Like,
'Cause it goes both ways.
It
Oh,
goes
yeah.
both ways.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And I would get feedback of like, yeah, their photos on the profile was like 10 years old. Or, another one was like, I think she was strung out. She asked me for money for a cab. Like, so I would literally use it as market research to get the male perspective because we know it's not one-sided. It's not.
It's not. And they go.
And
through
that was one of the first
same
things we
struggles.
said when we were like, we're going to do a podcast. We're going to talk about our stories and blah, blah. And we're like, but we don't want to.
It's not male bashing.
It's not
not.
male bashing. Because at the end of the day, like there's men out there that are the solo dads that
Yeah.
don't
And they're in
have
the
the
same
mothers in their
situation we
life.
are in.
And they're in the same situation. It's just they're male, we're female,
That's
and
it.
it's definitely far, far from that.
Yeah.
All right, and I lied. Last question. Because I thought that was the last one. This is
No, we got more.
So y'all have different age children. I'm guessing this is more for you two because as long as you don't keep yours away from the oven, I guess. How do your kids feel about the podcast? So I'm guessing yours don't really have an opinion. One way
Oh
or
no,
the
they
other.
don't have an opinion.
We did seek out the kids' opinion and perspective. It just basically because they are a part of our story. We are not telling their story, but they are a part of ours, and we just wanted to make sure that they were comfortable.
I mean, I sat down all three, and I basically told them, look, this is something that we're looking into. There's talks of it.
Right.
And they asked me, what are you going to talk about? And I said, life and everything. I go, but you guys need to be okay with this because social media, your friends are going to see it.
Because there's reels involved.
It's going to be out there. And are you okay with our story being out there? And they were like, everybody was on board. And that was my biggest thing. I'm like, because they are my life, and they need to be okay with it because it's their story.
But it's also similar to when, and again, nobody here is famous, but it's similar to when a celebrity has a kid, right? It's like, yes, I chose to do this.
They didn't.
Right.
And so it's only fair because they aren't being born into this, right? That's a different scenario, but they're not picking this. It's like, this is going to happen, and we don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in my case,
but we are talking about their story because we're talking about my life.
But what I mean is we don't know what's going to happen in terms of like in a week it could just absolutely take off.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden all your kids are collectively thrust into a weird, I don't want to say the spotlight, but in a weird situation.
Like, hey, isn't that your mom?
Right.
So, my kids are older, and because I have been divorced for 10 years, like, it's not like my story is ever so private at this point, right? Not that it's public forum, but end of the day, it's been 10 years. It's not a secret. Now, things as a mother that I have gone through in raising my children and experiences that I've had to go through as a parent in supporting them through different challenges, whether it's mental health challenges and whatnot, that's where I have to be a little bit more sensitive of, I can share it from my perspective, but do you want this specific experience out there? And if the answer is no, then that's where it's like, you know what?
you have to respect that.
I have to respect that.
And that's kind of been even with other people who are not necessarily our children. Like, I know that there are certain parts of my story that do involve other people, and I got green light from all of them before before we talk about it. I was like, hey, look.
For the record, I was not asked.
This is because you're not one of them.
Any permission.
Although you are,
just so we're clear, so anything said by Yvette, about
no consent. No consent.
Could
no
be
consent,
a lie potentially.
Well, I mean, so I just because it's part of my story, it is part of other people's story, and I need to make sure that it doesn't hurt anybody else's feelings, because that's not the intent. My intent is not to put anybody's dirty laundry out there. It's to tell my story when it's asked. And we've talked about, there might be things that I'm not ready to talk about yet.
Right.
Yeah.
100%.
And I'd be like, maybe not now, maybe later, maybe, a month from now, stuff like that. So.
And there's also things that we are mindful of. At the end of the day, whatever happened with our spouses is what happened. But at the end of the day, they are still the father of our children. And that alone, we are respectful of.
That mitigates a certain level of respect. Period.
Absolutely. That is the father of our.
That's the father of my children.
Those are the fathers of our children, and it makes it sound like a plural
I'm not
type.
out here to ruin anybody's life.
It makes it sound like some plural type
some
Mormon
like
living, but it's not a sister wife thing. But these three separate men that we were separately married to, I just feel like I need to be clear.
Context is key.
Yes,
because not a stripper,
and Janice was not a stripper
right.
because
she doesn't know the Golden Girls.
No,
right? Yes.
It's really, even though we are sharing our story and we went through what we went through, they are still the father to our children. And so it is being respectful of that and the relationship that our children have with their fathers.
Right.
In whatever capacity that is. So.
All right. Well, on that note, I've said it several times, but November 24th, Cultura Talks Network.
Yes.
YouTube, podcast platforms, or if you're in the Miami area and you want to join us at TNT.
Tacos and tattoos. For those of us who don't know acronyms.
We'll be there from 7 to 9 having a watch party, so you can come and see the premiere episode, but also see these lovely ladies in person.
Meet the primas.
I will be there, of course. I just want to say, first and foremost, welcome to the network officially.
Thank you.
But also, thank you for what you're doing. We're very big on our show and just across the network as well. We're very big on mental health and authenticity and sharing your stories. And I think what you're going to find, and I'm kind of prepping you on this, 8 years I've been doing this now, and I'm still kind of taken aback when people come up to me in person and like, you're Ish from Pero Let Me Tell You. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm like listening to you every week, and you're part of my daily, my commute, or we'll get emails from people who live in Italy. And it's like, oh, I left Miami when I was 18 and I haven't been back, but listening to you guys gives me that little piece and I feel so connected. And so I have zero doubt that you ladies are going to be touching the same types of, just people in the same way. They're going to really connect. And it's so important because, like I said earlier, so many times people think like, this is only happening to me. Even though intellectually we know that's not the case, right? But people often are like, I'm the only person who's ever had this experience, and this is the only, and you three coming together and just saying, no, you're not. You're going to be amazed at how just saying that is going to go so far with people. And then, you're going to get into all your other craziness.
Yeah.
But even just that alone.
We just also want to make sure that people know that they can like come to us and tell us their stories. And we want to talk about that too. Like, I know we plan on bringing guest speakers in and kind of sharing their stories because everyone's story is so different. And we
connected.
we're connected in a way that we sometimes don't realize because we're so blinded by what we are going through, our problems, and it's like, we want to make this space a place where it's like, it's okay to not be okay and you're not alone. So I think that that's what's important.
Yeah.
Also, do you know that's a Michael Jackson title?
Oh, it is?
Do you know who Michael Jackson is?
He's not Cuban.
Mira, we will kick you out. We will just kick you out.
I know who he
she's
is.
She's a dancer. She's got to know. She's got to know.
And I don't know who Michael Jackson is.
Oh, no. You got to go.
She uses her dance card too.
I was just my dance
You
card.
use your dance card, and that's your livelihood. And now that's messing with your income. So
Pero
no.
not at a strip club.
That's not.
No,
what
I do know who that is.
All
Thank you.
Well, I now know what it was like to interview the Spice Girls because I have had this controlled insanity here next to me. Thank you, ladies, for swinging by, and I cannot wait to see your first episode and the second and the 12th and the 100th.
Oh,
Thank you.
So welcome and can't wait.
Thank you.
Thank you.